Today is not like any other day. This moment, this date, June 25th, was appointed in eternity, before your heart first beat, before your voice was ever heard by man. This day was written into your story by my hand, sealed with divine ink, before you were even formed in your mother's womb. I, the Lord your God, have waited through seasons of silence, through winds of delay, through the noise of your distractions, until now this very hour. Today marks the beginning of an unveiling, a holy shift in the heavens. And I command you, yes you, to receive this message, not with casual eyes, but with spiritual readiness. This is not entertainment. This is not a coincidence. This is truth wrapped in fire. You have felt it's something unexplainable, tugging at your spirit. You've smiled through conversations and nodded in rooms where your soul screamed. You've felt a stirring you couldn't name, an unease around certain people, a suspicion you've dismissed as imagination, but it was not your imagination. That discomfort was my spirit within you, warning, shielding, and whispering. I have now come to speak directly to your soul. The person threatening your peace is not far. They are not a distant enemy. They are close, so close that they've touched your dreams, heard your fears, and been trusted with your secrets. But they were never sent by me. They were planted by darkness, disguised in concern, cloaked in kindness, and covered in strategic deception. You've been spiritually alert, and I honor that. Now comes the confirmation. The person who has been working against us, the one whose name has just flashed through your mind, has been exposed in the realm of the spirit. They have smiled while watching you fall. They have clapped for your pain. They have whispered words behind closed doors, manipulating your name while embracing you in public. Do not doubt yourself any longer. That internal conflict you've carried was discernment, not paranoia. You were sensing the weight of unseen warfare, the kind that does not shout, but crushes silently. And now I say, no more. Archangel Michael has stood over you in the night when you were too weak to pray. He has guarded your spirit when betrayal tried to poison you in your sleep. And now, with divine urgency, he declares, this is not just a word. This is a divine emergency. The trap was set, but I stopped it. The attack was planned, but I delayed it for one more night, just to reach you first. The one who sought to ruin you has been marked. They've had secret conversations, aligned themselves with others behind your back, and plotted to intercept what I had prepared for you. But I have seen it all. I've recorded every lie, every message, every intention, and now I act. I am not just exposing them, I am stripping their access to your life. Their influence ends now. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to warn them. Let me handle it. I am not just revealing this truth to free you, I am freeing your destiny from contamination. This blessing I am about to release cannot land in polluted soil. That is why I've come. That is why this message has interrupted your day. Because I love you too much to let the enemy walk with you another step into what I've prepared. There will be signs in the coming days. Watch what happens when you speak less. Pay attention to who grows silent. Look at who becomes uncomfortable around your light. Do not chase explanations. Let me reveal hearts. The one who once acted like your biggest supporter will grow distant, because my light will convict them. Do not be afraid. This is not rejection. This is divine separation. I am cleansing the air around you. I am silencing demonic access points to your peace, your mind, and your future. Michael now stands guard at the gates of your life, and his sword has been drawn. The war is not yours. The battle is not yours. I will fight for you. You cried out for clarity. You begged me in the darkness to show you who was real, who was safe, who was for you. I have answered. And now as you read these words, something in your spirit knows this is divine, this is holy. This is the moment everything begins to change. You are not crazy. You are not overly sensitive. You are spiritually awake. And I am proud of you. Proud that you did not let bitterness become your voice. Proud that you continued to love, even when you were bleeding. The next chapter of your life will be marked by restoration and clarity. I am removing the fog of confusion. I am restoring your name, your voice, your worth. I am sending people who will love you correctly, who will celebrate your growth, not compete with it. And as for the one who meant to harm you, they will be visited by truth in a way only they can understand. I will handle them. Their schemes will fall. Their whispers will return to their own ears as condemnation. They will watch what I do for you next stand. They will not be able to stop it. You are entering a season where you won't have to shrink to be accepted. You won't have to question your value. You won't have to defend your worth. Doors will open without effort. Your name is being spoken in rooms of influence. Those who once ignored you will wonder how you've risen, but they will never understand it, because I did it. I wrote your rise. I anointed your steps. I allowed the tears so I could pour out the oil. And now I say, walk forward. This is your release. You were faithful in silence. You were obedient in the wilderness. You forgave in secret. And now heaven moves loudly on your behalf. The one who betrayed you may come back to apologize, but you will be too far in purpose to look back. You were never buried. You were planted, and now your harvest begins. Do not resist the shifts. Do not fear the silence. I am making space for your upgrade. Tonight, when you sleep, I will send an angel to whisper instructions. Your mind will awaken with clarity. A name will come. A strategy will surface. A peace will settle. That is not coincidence. That is me. And when it happens, do not hesitate. Do not explain. Do not second guess. You have outgrown that level. You are stepping into a realm that jealousy cannot touch. This message was written in fire. The same fire that exposes betrayal is the fire that forges new beginnings. You are not walking into this next chapter alone. You are surrounded by angels. You are held by my hand. You are covered by heaven's judgment and favor. Do not apologize for surviving. Do not shrink to fit in. And never again dull your light for those too dim to handle your brightness. I, the Lord your God, am with you. This is your moment. This is your rise. This is your divine recompense. The enemy has been exposed, and now your name is rising. Amen. And now, beloved, listen closely, for what comes next is not simply a continuation, but a sacred unfolding. You have stepped into a realm where the old cannot follow. The chains that once disguised themselves as familiarity, as comfort, as loyalty, are now being shattered. The cords that tied your destiny to sabotage, disguised as friendship or family, are being severed by divine command. You have crossed a spiritual threshold, and once it has been crossed, you cannot return unchanged. The veil has been lifted. You see now, don't you? You feel it in your spirit, that sharp clarity, that stillness after the storm. That is me. That is my presence wrapping around you like a shield of light. You are now in a season of purification. I am removing not just people, but patterns, not just enemies, but habits that once made you vulnerable to them. I am purifying your thoughts, sharpening your discernment, strengthening your identity. You must now walk as one who has seen truth. Speak only when I lead you to. Move only when your spirit bears witness. What is ahead of you cannot be reached by noise or reaction. What is ahead of you is reached by stillness, by wisdom, by obedience. The ones who once misunderstood you, the ones who questioned your depth, who mocked your emotions, who called your sensitivity weakness, they will now witness your ascension. Not because you boast, but because I have set you apart. I am placing a distinction on your name. There will be those who try to return, who feel the pull of your rising light. But remember what I told you. Some doors don't close with anger, they close with silence. Not every separation needs a confrontation. Let me handle what you cannot see. Let me fight what you cannot fight. In the days ahead, you will notice silence in areas that once held noise, messages unanswered, invitations withdrawn. People who once hovered will begin to disappear. This is not loss, it is divine subtraction. Do not grieve over their absence. Do not mourn doors I've shut. I will not let you drag dead weight into your destiny. The shift you've stepped into requires space for new relationships. And yes, your blessing is closer than you think. While others were trying to bury your name in dishonor, I was planting your name in rooms they cannot enter. Someone has already spoken your name in a space of honor, and soon you will receive what was delayed. That delay was not denial, what was divine protection. Your finances will begin to shift. Your body will begin to feel lighter. Your dreams will become more vivid. That's because the spiritual atmosphere around you has been cleared. Do not be surprised when you hear of strange events concerning the one who sought to harm you. What they plotted has returned to their own doorstep. What they whispered has echoed in their own mind. What they tried to withhold from you, I will now multiply in your life. They will feel the weight of divine consequence, not because of your vengeance, but because of my justice, and you, my beloved, must walk forward. Your obedience has activated this next level. Your tears have watered the ground of your breakthrough. Your faith in silence has now shouted loud enough to reach heaven. I have not forgotten you. I never left. Even in your lowest moments, when you wondered if anyone saw your pain, I saw it. And I recorded it in eternity, not for pity, but for purpose. Every moment of suffering has prepared you for this release. You will now move differently, speak differently, and soon you'll see the fruit of your endurance. I'm bringing people who won't compete with your light, but will protect it. People who don't just admire your gift, but understand its weight. The love you've longed for, the love that heals, that builds, that mirrors the purity you carry is being aligned for you. Your heart will finally feel safe. Your soul will finally rest. This is not just restoration. This is divine reintroduction. I am reintroducing you to the world, not as the wounded, but as the warrior, not as the broken, but as the rebuilt. You are exactly where I needed you to be for this message to reach you. And now that you've heard it, nothing can remain the same. So write it down, mark this moment, seal it in prayer. Let your soul testify. This was the turning point. This was the day heaven moved, because it was. And I, your God, who formed you in secret, am now revealing you in glory. Stay still, stay humble. And because of that, no force in hell can touch what I've now released over your life. Amen. If this message pierced your heart, you know it wasn't just for your ears, it was for your spirit. Like this message, if you received it in faith, share it if you feel someone else is in need of confirmation. Subscribe so you don't miss what heaven releases next. With deepest love, God says, you are not forgotten, you are not forsaken.